So, good afternoon everyone. Today I will be discussing geometric transformations. So, geometric transformation. Geometric transformation of shapes is a change of its size, orientation, or position following certain techniques in mathematics. The original shape is called the object, and the new shape is called its image. So, the first type of geometric transformation is called translation. Translation of an object where every point of it moves a fixed distance. So basically, you're just going to move the object to another area. So here's an example of it. So in order to do this, we'll first identify where to plot the coordinates given. So over here, our coordinates are, the first number is x and the second number is y. So if we're going to plot that, so A is -4 and 1, it should go right over here. B is -2 and 3, will go right here. And lastly for C is 1 and 1 here. So this is our object. So that's our object right there. So in order to translate it 5 units to the right and 4 units up, we're going to add the units to their corresponding values. So for every x value, 5 will be added, and for every y value, 4 will be added. So this will be our new coordinates. It will be called A prime, B prime, and C prime. So -4 plus 5 is 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. For B, -2 plus 5 is 3, and 3 plus 4 is 7. And lastly, for C, -1 plus 5 is 4, and 1 plus 4 is 5. So here are our new coordinates. Now, we're going to plot them into the graph by following the same procedure we did with the first coordinates. So A prime is at 1, 5. So it'll be right over here. And B is at 3, 7. And C is at 3, 5. Right, 4, 5. So now that we translated our object, it moved distances. So this new translation is now called the image. So that's for the first example. Here's our second example. Translate object 6 units up and 6 units down. So like the first one, we're going to plot the coordinates first. A is 3, 1, right here. B is 4, 6, right here. And C is 7, 7, 1. So here is our object. In order to translate it 6 units up and 6 units down, we're going to use subtraction. Since we're moving towards the negative side of the graph, as you can see, here, this quadrant right here is in the positive. This quadrant right here is all negative. So we're going to use subtraction. With that, our new A prime will be 3. And our new B prime is -2 and 0. And C is -1. and our ceiling will be negative 1, to negative 5. So now, that's our image. That's all for the second example. So here's an example of reflection over the y-axis. Our given is 2, 1, 3, 4, and 6, 1. We'll first plot them. So that's A, 2, then B, 3, and 4, 3 and 4, 6, C, and 1. So here is our top. So in order to get the reflection of our object, we'll add, and in order to reflect our object over the y-axis, our formula will be x is multiplied to negative 1. And just copy the value of y. So let's go ahead and try that. So our A prime, B prime, C prime. So negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. Negative 6 times 1 is negative 6. And just copy the y values. 1, 4. So now we have our new coordinates. Let's go and reflect them. 2, 1, negative 3 and 4, and negative 6 and 1. So as you can see, we were able to reflect the object on the other side. That's it for this example. So now we have the example on reflecting over the x-axis. So if we're reflected to the other side last time, it will be reflecting over another. First, let's plot the coordinates. So negative 6 and 1. Negative 4 and 4, and negative 1 and 1. Now we have our formula. So in reflecting an x-axis, we're just going to do a similar formula in reflecting over the y-axis, except we're gonna multiply the y value instead of the x value. So we have to just copy all the x values and multiply the other values. So now we have our new x and y values. Let's go ahead and plot them. So for A, we have negative 6 and negative 1. For B, we have negative 4 and negative 4. And for C, we have negative 1 and negative 1. So that's our image now. That's over the origin. So if we reflected over the y-axis and on the x-axis, we'll be reflecting over the origin. So we'll be moving, if the object is here, it will be reflected to the opposite quadrant. Diagonally. So first, again, let's plot the coordinates. Negative 4 and 1. Negative 1 and 1. And negative 1 and 5. since we're reflecting over the origin, we'll now multiply both the x and y values with -1. So -1 multiplied by -4 will be positive 4. -1 multiplied by -1 is positive 1. 1, 1, 1, and 5. So here's our new points. Now let's plot them. So 4 and 1, 1 and 1, and 1 and 5. So as you can see, the image was reflected from its origin to another side of the glass. That's all for reflection. Moving on, the third type of geometric transformation is called rotation. So, rotation is a transformation of an object by rotating about a given angle. So, if the shape is oriented vertically, we have to rotate it horizontally. It depends if we're going to rotate it counterclockwise or clockwise. Next. So in rotating an object 90 degrees clockwise, this will be our formula. So what we have to do is swap the x and y values and multiply the x value to -1. So first, in order to do that, we'll plot our coordinates. So it's 2, 1, 5, 4, and 5, 1. So since we're gonna interchange the values, our y will now be 1 and our x will be 2. -2, since it's multiplied to -1. So 1, -2, 4, -5, and 1, 5. So here are our new coordinates. Now let's plot them on the graph. So for 8 right, we have 1 and -2, right? And 5 is 4 and -5. 4 and -5. 4 and -5. And lastly, we have C is 1 and 5. So as you can see, it's almost like reflection, but we were able to rotate the shape clockwise. So, papunta sa right. Sige lang. Moving on.
Oh.
So here's another example of rotation. Rotate object 90 degrees counterclockwise. So we did clockwise before, we'll do counterclockwise this time. So in order to do that, we're just gonna multiply the y value now instead of the x values. But similar mechanics with interchanging both x and y values. Let's first plot our given coordinates. So it's 2, 1, 5, 7, 5. So here's our object. Now we're going to do the same procedure we did in clockwise except we're going to multiply it to the y value. So our new value will be 1, negative 1, and then our new value x will be negative 1, 5, and 5, and 7. So now we have our new coordinates. So let's plot them. X is equal to 1, 2, 1, negative 1, and 5. Negative 5, so as you can see, our image rotated counterclockwise. So that's it for the examples of rotation. So the next example of geometric transformation is called line refraction. So basically, it's just a combination of both translation and reflection. We're going to use both techniques of both types of geometric transformation and combine it into line reflection. So here's our example. Translate object 5 units to the right, 4 units down, and reflect object over the origin. So first, in order to do this, we're first going to translate the object by using the same formula we did in translation. So basically, just add the units to the x and y values. So our A, B, C prime, A plus 5, negative 4 plus 5 is 1, so 6, so 3, and then 7, 1, and 1, 4, and 1. So here are the units for translation. Let's go ahead and plot them. So 1 is 6. 3 and 7. 4 and 1. Ikat na ako. Patay. So here's our shape. Now we're going to reflect it over the origin. So using these coordinates, we're going to follow the formula for reflection. Our new A prime will be 1. So we're both going to multiply x and y values to negative 1. So our new A prime will be negative 1, negative 6. Our B will be negative 3 and negative 7. And our C will be negative 4 and negative 1. Now, if we plot 1, 6, 3 is 7, C is negative 4 and 1. So as you can see, we're able to successfully reflect the object. So the origin of both different stations is negative 4, 1, negative 2, and 3, negative 1, and 1. So we translated it to a different distance and then reflected the object to the last geometric transformation we have is called dilation. So dilation is a transformation of object by resizing So there are two types of dilation, which is reduction and enlargement. The only way to determine if the dilation is a reduction or enlargement is depending on the value of factor, which will be shown in the example. Dilate object with the scale factor of g. So in order to dilate the object, we're just going to multiply the given scale factor to the given values. So if we're going to plot them, it's 2 and 2, -2 and 3 positive 2, and 0 and 2, 0 and -2. Here is our object. So in dilating that, we're going to multiply its values to 3 since it was given. Our A prime, B prime, and C prime will now be 2 times 3 is 6, so our A will be 6. -2 times 3 will now be -6 and 9. And lastly, 0 times will be 0 and -6. So now we have our new factors. If we're gonna plot them, so 6 and 6. So as you can see, we have dilated the object 3 times its original shape. So seeing the original object and comparing it to the image, we can deduct that it is an enlargement type of dilation. So the given is dilate object with the scale factor of 1/3. So we're just going to multiply that with the given coordinates. But first, let's plot this one. So 6 times will be over here, 3 here, then 3 6 here. So this is our object. That's our object. So if we're going to multiply them to 1/3, we'll get for our A, -2 and 3, -1 and 1, and 1 and -2. So here are our new coordinates. So if we plot them on the graph, 2 and 3, 1 and 1, -1 and 1 will be right here, and -1 and 2 right. So as you can see, as it overlaps with the object, our image is smaller than the original coordinates given. So from that, we can deduct that the dilation is a reduction. So that's all for my report on geometric transformation. Once again, my name is Soraya Francis Adrian, and I